There are a lot of crypto exchanges out there. We're most definitely not starved for choice. Now, having been in the crypto space for a number of years, I've used my fair share of exchanges. However, earlier this year, I started using FTX, one of the world's largest and most prestigious exchanges. So, what are my thoughts? Well, today I'm going to give you everything you need to know about FTX in this extensive beginner's guide. I'll be taking you through the platform from top to bottom and going over some of its pros and cons. I also have a few tips and tricks that you don't want to miss, and that includes some ways in which you can get big discounts on trading fees. So, be sure to watch to the end. Before we set sail, there is something important I need to say. Attention on deck! I am Admiral Guy, commander of the good ship Coin Bureau and sailor of the crypto high seas. Although I may cut a splendid dash in this uniform, I am no financial advisor, and nothing in this voyage we are about to make is financial or investment advice. If you want to take the king's shilling and join our merry crew, then strike that subscribe button and ring the ship's bell. That way you won't be left high and dry when next we sail. Before we cast off, observe the timestamps below deck. They are there should you wish to jump around to other sections of the video. Yet know that if you watch the whole way through, then no pearls of wisdom will remain hidden in the briny depths. Right, hoist the anchor, raise the sails, and splice the main brace. Our voyage is about to begin. To get things started, I should probably give you an overview about who FTX are. FTX is a global exchange that has its headquarters in Hong Kong. I should also let you know that FTX should not be confused with FTX US. The latter is based out of Berkeley, California, and is an entirely separate exchange predominantly focused on serving the US market. It also has completely separate order books. In order to be compliant with US regulations, there are a number of features and coins that are not offered on the US exchange. The upside of this, though, is that it does show that FTX generally likes to play by the rules, something that I think many of us will appreciate. If you're from the US and want to learn more about FTX US, then I have actually done a dedicated review on the US version of the exchange, and you know where to go for that bad boy. Anyways, back to the review. So, how serious a player is FTX? Well, recently it raised one of the largest funding rounds ever for a crypto company. That saw $900 million pulled in from over 60 investors. This included a range of venture capital firms like Paradigm and Sequoia Capital, and several private equity groups. These professional investors determined that FTX was valued at a staggering $18 billion. So yeah, if these types of big money chaps trust FTX with that much moolah, then I think people like you and me are all right to trust them with our relatively modest crypto stacks. Now here's another fun fact about FTX. They were actually incubated by the legendary crypto VC firm Alameda Research. Those guys are one of the most prolific crypto venture capitalist firms out there, a firm that I've talked about on a number of different occasions. So, with FTX, FTX US, and Alameda Research, you have some sort of crypto powerhouse trifecta. But what brings them all together? Well, that would be the team, of course. The most notable of whom would be the CEO and founder of FTX, FTX US, and Alameda Research, Sam Bankerman-Fried. So, Big Sam used to be a trader at Jane Street Capital's international ETF desk prior to founding all three businesses. I think many of us know that if you found a top crypto business, you will do exceedingly well for yourself. It turns out that if you founded these three amazingly successful crypto businesses, then you'll find yourself on the Forbes radar. According to those bean counters, Sam has a crazy net worth of $8.7 billion. Must be nice, right? The rest of the team includes key personnel that have worked at Wall Street quant firms and tech firms like Google and Facebook, a bunch of smart cookies, basically. Now, I'm sure that many of you out there are using Blockfolio to track your crypto portfolios. Well, FTX acquired that app last year in a little deal for $150 million. It also turns out that the marketing department at FTX has gone into overdrive this year with some pretty incredible acquisition and sponsorship deals. One of these saw FTX acquiring the naming right to esports organization TSM for a whopping $210 million. Then we saw a 5-year sponsorship deal get sealed with Major League Baseball and a $135 million deal for the naming rights to the NBA's Miami Heat's home court, now known as the FTX Arena. Also, on top of that, it turns out that superstar quarterback Tom Brady and Brazilian supermodel Gisele Bündchen are also equity holders in FTX. So yeah, the more you know about FTX, the more impressive it appears. However, all this glitz and glam means nothing if the exchange is not safe to use. They are, after all, dealing with billions in crypto. So, how does the security at FTX stack up? Well, at FTX there are numerous user account security precautions. Yes, your account is secured by a password. However, FTX also requires you to set up two-factor authentication as well. That requires you to download Google Authenticator or another authenticator app to generate a 6-digit number to log in to your FTX account. So unless someone has your phone, then they're highly unlikely to be able to access your crypto. But what if someone breaches those security precautions and actually gains access to your account? Well, you can set a separate password to authorize withdrawals, a simple yet effective solution, if you ask me. Also, if someone tries to change your 2FA or password, then withdrawals are locked for 24 hours, giving you a chance to get in touch with FTX to freeze your account and thwart that would-be crypto thief. Oh yes, I'd also note that if FTX detects suspicious login activity, then they'll also let you know about that via email. But all these precautions might not be enough security for paranoid people like me. Well, fortunately, FTX also allows you to whitelist IP addresses, so you can set up that FTX account so that you can only access it from your home or office internet connection, for example. On top of that, you can whitelist specific wallet addresses, meaning that if anyone somehow gains access to your account and wants to do a fat withdrawal, they can only withdraw to a wallet you control. Pretty neat, huh? Now, I should also note that FTX employs some of the best KYT, or Know Your Transaction, technology developed by Chainalysis. That prevents anyone using the exchange to sell dirty coins or engage in any sort of money laundering, a really hot topic at the moment. On top of that, the chaps at FTX also do manual reviews on large or suspicious deposits and withdrawals. That adds yet another layer of protection to users. In a nutshell then, FTX honestly offers some of the best account security features I've ever seen in a crypto exchange. Now, FTX may sound great. However, what's the point of creating an account at an exchange if the crypto you want to buy isn't available there? Alright, so this top tip will show you what cryptocurrencies are available on literally any crypto exchange out there. Pretty useful stuff to know in general. First, you want to jump on over to coinmarketcap.com and search for the crypto you're interested in getting your hands on. I've used Matic in this example. Then just bash the name of that crypto and you'll be taken to a stats page with a ton of data on that cryptocurrency. Above the price chart, you'll see a Markets button. Smash that and you'll see all the exchanges that the crypto is listed on, along with all the different trading pairs. Another thing you should know is that FTX typically ranks as a top 5 exchange for any crypto listed on it when it comes to volume and liquidity. So that means that unless you're thinking of doing some really large orders on FTX, you're unlikely to face much slippage. Now, I'm going to level with you. Creating an FTX account is really easy, and I think it would be insulting your intelligence if I did a step-by-step guide on how to fill in a form. However, just make sure that you have downloaded an authenticator app, Google, Microsoft, Authy, or the like, because you'll be needing one of those. Also, it goes without saying that you need to use a super secure password. There are a number of strong password generating tools out there. Anyways, it's time to move on and show you exactly how to deposit regular fiat currency, those pounds, dollars, or euros, on FTX. Once you have that FTX account open, you'd have supplied all those personal details like email address, name, date of birth, country of residence, and phone number. Now that level of KYC is good for a $2,000 daily deposit and withdrawal limit if you're depositing or withdrawing only crypto. That limit can rise to $9,000 if your trade volume is higher than your transfer volume. However, if you want to deposit fiat, you'll need to get up to KYC level 2. So, how do you do that? Well, once you're logged into your FTX account, you'll see your account email in a blue box in the right-hand corner of your screen. Hit that little dude and a drop-down will populate. One of the options there will be Wallet. Hit that. Then you'll be taken to a list of different cryptos and fiat currencies. That includes plain vanilla USD, GBP, and euros. However, it also includes more exotic currencies like the Aussie dollar, Singapore dollar, Turkish lira, and many more. Just for illustrative purposes, I'm going to use USD in this example. All I need to do is to click that deposit button. Next, you'll be told that to deposit your chosen fiat currency on FTX, you'll have to pass KYC level 2. So, to do that, click the Complete ID Verification button. You'll then be asked to upload a proof of address document and a photo of your passport or similar government-issued photo ID. Fill in your residential address on the form, whack in your phone number, and hit that Request SMS code button. Once that lands, then just key in that code and you'll be good to submit your form and pass KYC level 2. Once you've done that, you'll have unlimited fiat and crypto deposits and withdrawals. You're set. Now, go back to that wallet page and click Deposit for the fiat currency you want. You'll then be taken to a deposit screen. Here you'll see all the deposit methods available for that fiat currency. So, with US dollars, you're going to want to hit that Deposit via Wire button. Then you'll be taken to a screen that shows you all the wire instructions to make your deposit. The thing to know here is that every fiat currency will have its own specific instructions to make a deposit. So, please read those instructions carefully when making a deposit on FTX. For some currencies, you'll be asked to use a memo as a transaction reference. If that happens, then make sure you use it or your FTX account won't be credited with that deposit. This is super important. Oh, and another pro tip. The name on your bank account must match the name on your FTX account. That means that a scallywag like me can't use my imaginary girlfriend's bank account to make a deposit and load up on some more crypto. Also, FTX does not charge any fees for deposits either. Very nice. Now, I should note, though, that FTX does charge a $75 withdrawal fee on USD withdrawals under $10,000, and Brazilian Real has a 0.3% withdrawal fee plus a 10 Real flat fee. So the thing to learn here is that if you're intending to withdraw US dollars using FTX, you better get some solid crypto gains to ensure that you avoid those withdrawal fees. That's the plan anyhow, right? Now, the good news for those wanting to withdraw in other currencies like the euro or the Queen's finest pounds is that there are no fees on any other currency withdrawals here. Now, that's fiat deposits sufficiently covered, I think. However, what happens if you already have crypto? Well, the process is a bit easier. To deposit crypto on FTX, you'll want to ensure that you're logged in to your FTX account. Hit that big blue button with your email address shown on it and select Wallet from the drop-down. Then you'll see that list of all the different cryptocurrencies on FTX. Find the one you want to get on the exchange and click that deposit button. I've used good old Bitcoin here in this example. You'll then be shown a Bitcoin wallet address, or alternatively, you could click that Show QR Code button if you have a mobile wallet you want to transfer funds from. Simply send your crypto to that wallet address and it should arrive on FTX in no time. And that's all there is to making a deposit here. Really, it's that simple. So, now you know how to deposit fiat and crypto on FTX, I want to move on and tell you about those trading fees and how you can optimize them. So, let's take a look. Okay, so like many other exchanges, FTX has a tiered trading fee structure. The highest fee level that anyone will ever pay on the exchange stands at 0.02% in maker fees and 0.07% in taker fees. To put that into perspective, Coinbase Pro charges 0.5% maker and taker fees for trade volumes between $1 and $10,000 per month. So yeah, that is pretty crazy. Even the highest fee level on FTX is over 7 times cheaper than Coinbase Pro. And yes, lower fees are available on FTX if you can get to fee tier level 2. However, how many people out there are really going to do $2 million in trade volume in a 30-day period? Yes, those fee discounts get smaller and smaller, all the way down to fee tier 6. But that requires a mind-boggling $50 million in trade volume in a 30-day period to get. So, being realistic about things, the vast majority of people are going to be in fee tier 1. Now, just a quick note on maker and taker fees. If this is the first time you're hearing those expressions, a bit of explanation is required. So, taker fees are paid when you execute an order at the current market price. You're taking liquidity from the order book. Maker fees, on the other hand, are the charges you pay when you provide liquidity. That can be done by placing a limit order. Now, I'll get into that more in the trading section of this video. In short, I imagine that the vast majority of you out there are going to be paying those taker fees. So let's focus on those. So 0.07% in taker fees sounds pretty good, right? But did you know that you can reduce them further? To do that, you need to hold some of FTX's FTT token. Essentially, further fee discounts are available based on your FTT token holdings. $100 in FTT will give you a 3% discount on fees. $5,000 will give you a 10% discount, and those fee discounts can be seen over here. Now, what's interesting about these fee discounts is that unlike other exchanges, the discounts are applied according to the USD value of the tokens you hold. Now, that's actually a much fairer way of doing things. The problem plaguing other exchanges is that to get those fee discounts, you need to hold a specific number of the exchange's tokens. If crypto prices go wild, then those discounts become inaccessible to anyone new to the exchange and are only really viable for people who scooped up the tokens when the exchange first opened. That's something I really like about this fee discount structure at FTX. Anyhow, if you can afford it, then it's certainly worthwhile holding a bit of FTT to optimize those trading fees. But there is another way of getting an additional trading fee discount, and that would be through signing up to FTX using my link. If you do that, you'll get the first $30 in trading fees for free. Basically, given how low those fees are, it means you can do quite a lot of trading without any fees to worry about. But if you're a bit of a baller and you rinse that trading fee voucher, then you'll also get an additional 10% off trading fees for the lifetime of your FTX account. To get a 10% discount, normally you would have to hold $10,000 worth of FTT. That discount also stacks up on top of any FTT discount you may have. So yeah, if you want to pay the lowest trading fees possible, then you probably want to grab that deal by using the link in the description below. So now that you know how to reduce those trading fees, you're probably ready to start trading on FTX, right? Well, let me move on and show you how. To trade on FTX, you'll need to find the right market first. Smash that Markets button on the top left corner of your screen and you'll be taken to all the markets available on FTX. Now is the time to mention that FTX has pretty much the widest range of market types I've ever seen on an exchange. Truthfully, many of them are not suitable for beginners at all. Yes, there are futures markets, leverage token markets, options, and more. However, I would recommend that all of you avoid these more exotic markets. That's especially true when it comes to any sort of leveraged instruments here. In my book, leverage is the quickest way in crypto to lose your entire stack. So, assuming that you don't want that to be you, the main markets that you'll be interested in are those spot markets. To find those, you're going to want to click the spot button in the market section. You'll then see an extensive list of different trading pairs. I want to buy some Bitcoin with some stablecoin I've been sitting on, so I've selected the BTC USD trading pair. FTX's trading screen will then open up. Now, first things first, don't panic. I know this may look super complicated to most people. Take a deep breath and let me show you what the heck is going on here. At the top left side of the screen, you'll see a price chart. You can filter what time period you want to see, or maybe you want to select a specific indicator you're interested in. On the bottom left-hand side, you'll see the order book. All the red numbers here are the orders to sell the cryptocurrency, and the green ones are the orders to buy it. Those orders are shown at different price levels. The bid size is merely the amount of Bitcoin, in this case, that's available to buy at a certain price level. The ask size is the amount of USD available to be exchanged for Bitcoin at differing price levels. Now, because liquidity on FTX is overall amazing, I would not worry too much about the order book. Unless you're trading a crazy amount of money, the order book isn't going to really impact your trade on this exchange. The tile on the top right of the screen shows you the currencies being traded, the 24-hour volume, and the price change in the last 24 hours. The tile below this displays your balances for the two assets being traded against. So, yeah, quite straightforward. At the bottom left of the screen, you'll see something called market trades. All that is the most recent trades made by users on FTX for the market you've selected. I imagine most of you will just want to ignore that. In the center of the trading panel, towards the bottom, is the all-important order form. First, you want to make sure you've selected the right side of the market. In my case, I want to buy Bitcoin with USD, so I've made sure I've selected the Buy BTC option. Next, you'll want to select the order type. The default for FTX is a market order, which is just when you buy the crypto at the current market price. That's the option I expect most of you to be interested in. However, you could click that market button to expand a drop-down, and you'll see something called a limit order. This is actually a pretty useful order type, and the best way of explaining this is by giving you a working example. So, let's say that I'm not interested in buying Bitcoin at the current price, and I want to get it at $35,000. Well, I can actually place that order in FTX by typing $35,000 as my entry price and selecting the amount of Bitcoin I want to buy. Once I've done that, I can hit the Place Orders button and my order will be added to the order book. I've made liquidity here. So that order would just sit there. Maybe I'm in the middle of creating another video for you guys and Bitcoin plunges to $35,000. If that happens, then my limit order should automatically trigger and I'll get that sweet BTC at that lower price. So yeah, I hope you can see how useful this order type can be. Now on top of that, you'll be paying the cheaper maker fees as well. Placing those market orders is literally as simple as selecting the amount of crypto you want to buy and hitting the Place Order button. Now, I'm aware that there are also take profit, exit, and stop loss orders that you can make by using the order form. However, I would recommend that beginners just ignore these for now until you become a truly experienced trader. Anyhow, now you know the basics on how to buy and sell crypto on FTX using limit and market orders, I want to move on to take a look at what else is on offer at this exchange. Now, there are a vast array of markets available on FTX. Many of them I cannot recommend to beginners. However, some of you might be interested in trading tokenized stocks. Yep, if you go to that market section again and select the Stocks tab, you'll see a pretty impressive list of stocks available to trade. That includes the likes of Alibaba, Tesla, Amazon, Apple, and much, much more. Buying and selling those stocks works in precisely the same way as trading crypto. FTX also has a few pretty interesting prediction markets. One of these is a market on if Trump will win the 2024 US election. That futures contract expires at $1 if Trump wins and $0 if he does not. At the time of shooting this video, the market was quoting a price of 0.14, meaning that the market priced in the odds of Trump becoming the next president at a 14% probability. Obviously, if you thought that outcome was way more likely, you could speculate on that futures contract and potentially bag yourself a tidy sum if that result came true. Or if the price moves, you could trade out and sell your Trump 2024 tokens at a profit. Okay, what else is there? Well, I'm sure that many of you have heard about NFTs and the crazy money trading hands for them. If you don't know what I'm talking about here, then I'd recommend you watch my recent NFT video over here. Anyways, I should let you know that FTX has its own very unique NFT marketplace here. I'm going to be straight up with you though, and just say that the NFT selection here definitely isn't the best right now. However, I'm sure that this will improve over time, so you might want to keep tabs on that. Then you have something known as the Quant Zone. This is a tool that you can use to automate your own trading strategies on FTX. Pretty neat. Another feature that some more experienced crypto dabblers might appreciate would be margin lending. Here you can supply crypto to margin traders on FTX and earn interest. So if that floats your boat, then you might want to check that out too. Also, FTX does launch a few projects from time to time as IEOs or initial exchange offerings. These give FTX users access to early-stage projects. So, if that interests you, then you might want to keep your eyes open for some of those. Now, this has been a bit of a marathon of a video, but that about wraps up my beginner's guide to the FTX exchange. The truth is that this is just the tip of the iceberg, and FTX offers a ton more stuff that I was simply unable to cram into this video. If you're interested in getting started on FTX and want to try the exchange for yourself, then don't forget that you can get your first $30 in trading fees for free and secure yourself that 10% trading fee discount for life. You can bag that deal by signing up via the link in the description below. And now I want to hear your thoughts. What do you think of FTX? And what do you think is the best exchange? Let me know in the comments. And finally, if you appreciate the hard work put in by this crypto gent, then why not give me a pat on the back by hitting that like button? Also, if you're interested in joining the Coin Bureau crew, then you can make that happen by bashing that subscribe button and dinging that little bell. Stay cool, folks, stay safe, and stay crypto.